I hear the hell bells chiming as I hum along, the lonely anthem we call the Hell Song. I sit within these 4 stone walls on a bed made of bones, watching as the shadows rise from the floor. The new souls have arrived. The skeleton guards stand at their post just outside of the metal bars. They remain silent despite my need for conversation. My cellmate, Nathaniel, doesn't talk much, though he sings along to the Hell Song. Sing along to the anthem we call the Hell Song. We sit in these cells 'cause we are in hell. The fires are bright, we can't sleep at night. The skeleton birds are made up in herds. The demons are right, we can't stand and fight. The shadows rise, the new souls arrived. Nathaniel is dumb, he won't say a word. Hey! Nathaniel scowls. A chuckle escapes my lips as I look over at him. The blonde hair covers his blue eyes as they intently stare at me. What? I innocently question. Don't play that innocent shit with me, Suton. I have no idea what you're talking about, Nate. I'm simply singing a song. I shrug my shoulders as I try my best to hold back the laughter. The priceless look on his face gives me great joy. There aren't many things to do while in hell. The only thing we actually do is sit in our cells and sing the anthem. The lonely fucking anthem that gets annoying as shit. Had I not committed a sin, then I wouldn't be here. If only that guy hadn't pissed me off. To be clear, I wouldn't have ended up in hell had one of my closest friends, Somber, not been murdered. Somber was a great guy, talented little shit that made me joke about being spam. Honestly, it was a good time whenever I was around him. I will never forget the night that I received that call from my friend, Ethan. Ethan had called me on a Sunday morning, just before I was scheduled to go live on YouTube for my morning coffee talk, Blood and Beans. Ethan said that it was an important message, one that should only be told over the phone, so I answered the call. I regret that. I was informed of Somber's murder. He was being stalked by someone the police could never catch. That's when the brilliant idea to do some digging with the help of my friend, Charlie, came to mind. Charlie did all sorts of different things on the computer to track down the son of a bitch, but after about 3 days, she'd found the guy responsible for taking Somber's life. Being the dutiful friend that I was, and still am, I got the address of the guy from Charlie, bought a plane ticket, and tracked him down. It didn't take long for me to find him. Didn't take long to break into his house, and it sure as hell didn't take long for me to get angry enough to feel my fingers tightening around his weaselly little neck. I demanded answers as to why my friend had been killed, but the guy only laughed and said it was time to get rid of someone who was better than him. Are you fucking kidding me? One of my closest friends was murdered because he was better at something? I remembered pulling out the pocket knife that I had purchased at the shop near the guy's house. I remember using all of my strength to thrust the metal blade into the heart of that prick. I watched as his blood poured onto my hand and stained my tannish-colored skin. I smiled as I watched the lights go out in his eyes, and the only thing that I could feel at that moment was pure bliss. It was finally time to give my friend some peace in the afterlife. Knowing that I stopped the guy who had killed my friend was more than enough for me, even if I went to prison. What I hadn't expected, though, was that the guy had been holding onto a knife of his own. He thrust his arm forward, the blade piercing my stomach, causing my eyes to widen. I stepped backward, looking down to see the blood dripping around the knife, and hit the floor. I pulled the knife out of my stomach, placed my hands over the wound, and stumbled for the front door, yet I didn't make it far. I fell onto the hardwood floor, yelped out in pain, and stared at the weird ceiling as I felt the life fade from me. I remember waking up to the sound of bells chiming, birds cawing, and someone standing over me. I slowly glanced up to see a skeleton peering down at me, a smirk where his skin should have been, and a wristband being twirled around in his right hand. He bent down, placed the wristband on my left wrist, and said, "Welcome to hell." God, I'll never forget that moment of instant regret. What had I done? I'd gotten so angry that I lost all control over myself, killed a man who had taken one of my friends from me, and ended up being a murderer in the process. I left everything on Earth behind. I left the purgatory world for hell. How could I have been so stupid? Now, as I sit here and write all this out, well, it's a bit too late to think about what could have been, had I not let my anger get the best of me. I should have grieved properly instead, but no, I couldn't. I had to take matters into my own hands. Again, I think it's too late about what could have been, when the majority of my time is spent dwelling on how I could have handled things. My name is L.W. Suton. I was a narrator on YouTube, a voice actor, author, husband to an amazing wife, and father of many wonderful children. I honestly miss seeing my family every day. Honestly miss hearing all of the bullshit at work, and mostly, I miss writing. It was my life. Social media can be very unpredictable, especially regarding horror content. If this content gets removed, all new content will be simultaneously presented on various websites provided in the description to this video. Make sure to follow me in other digital spaces so that you never miss out on the terror. Also, if you like this video, make sure to leave a comment and hit the like button. It helps the channel a lot. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy what's here, consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Writing is a dream of mine, and it's all of you that make that dream come true.